Brian Kelleher versus Kevin Natividad is a featherweight bout. Brian Kelleher has cheater record of 21 wins, 11 losses. Kevin Natividad has cheater record of 9 wins, 1 loss. Alright, so Kevin Natividad started his career with a nice 4-fight win streak, with 2 of the wins coming by KO, 1 coming by submission, and 1 coming by decision, with one of those wins coming against Rivera, who just recently had his first fight inside the UFC. Alright, so after those wins, he ended up joining the LFA, where he ended up fighting Glenn Baker, who is currently 37 years old. But in just 9 seconds of the very first round, Kevin actually got KO'd. Now, after that first loss, he actually has not lost since, as he came back with a win outside of the LFA, which inevitably got him back into the LFA, where he ended up getting 4 straight wins, 2 by KO, 1 by unanimous decision, and 1 in a very close fight. He just barely won by split decision. Alright, now, let's take a look at his opponent, Brian Kelleher. Alright, so Brian Kelleher actually lost his first fight, which must have been pretty disappointing, but luckily he came back with 4 straight wins, 1 by first round KO, 1 by first round submission, 1 by third round TKO, and 1 by decision. Now, after those wins, he was invited into Bellator, where he ended up losing a unanimous decision, which got him cut from the promotion. Now, after he got cut from Bellator, he ended up losing yet again, this time by first round submission, with just 3 seconds left in the round. Now, after those 2 losses in a row, he ended up coming back with 5 straight wins, 4 by KO and 1 by submission, which got him back inside of Bellator. Now, when he rejoined Bellator, he ended up fighting a gosh darn beast in Jimmy Rivera and ended up losing the fight by unanimous decision, which got him cut from the promotion yet again. After that loss, he got 2 more losses inside of CFFC by decision and submission. Now, after those losses, he came back with a second round submission, but in his next fight, ended up losing by first round submission. After that loss, he had the biggest streak of his career, with 6 straight wins, 3 by guillotine choke, 2 by decision, and 1 by KO, with 2 of those wins coming against a top 35 featherweight in the world in Julio Arce, and after those wins, he ended up joining the UFC and fought a top 50 bantamweight in the world in Luriel Contra, and ended up getting the win by first round submission. After that win, in his debut, he fought a top 15 bantamweight in the world in Marlon Vera, but ended up losing the fight by first round submission. After that loss, he came back with a third round KO, followed by a unanimous decision win over a former champion in Renan Barão, but ended up losing his next 2 fights to beasts in John Lineker by third round KO and Montel Jackson by Darce choke. After those 2 wins, he came back with a first round submission, followed by a second round TKO, but ended up losing his next fight to a top 45 featherweight in the world in Cody Stamann. Alright, so I haven't really seen Kevin Natividad really face many good fighters so far, and even though Kelleher is older, he does have more experience, and they were against really good fighters, including a win over a former champion in Renan Barão. And when you add that, plus the fact that he has some nasty KO power and a solid ground game, that leads to my decision. I think Brian Kelleher is going to get the win by unanimous decision. Alright, if you agree, disagree, or something to say, make sure to put in the comment section below, and I'll make sure back to every single one of those comments. Make sure to like, subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss the absolute best MMA content out there. It's been fun, but I'm out of here.